Good evening, and welcome to Education Number One Priority. I'm Dr. Mary Jane Garza. You know, here in the Coastal Bend, we're always talking about how do we advance education? How do we make people know about every opportunity that's available? Well, what if you knew that we have a one-stop shop? What if you knew that we have an organization that specifically focuses on being a catalyst for change? And we do. And the Citizens for Educational Excellence is an organization that came to be in 2003. Over 100 people came together in a school cafeteria to talk about what is needed in the Coastal Bend. From there evolved an organization known as Citizens for Educational Excellence, an organization that said we will be a catalyst. E to the third power by C. That means educate, find out what's needed, inform the public, engage, get everyone involved, get everyone to understand it's all of us. Evaluate what's going on, but most important, let's coordinate. But let's visit with the people that make this happen. The Executive Director, Dr. Janet Cunningham, and we'll also hear from the Coastal Compass lead person, Steve. All right, welcome to Education Number One Priority.
Thank you. We're so pleased to be here.
Oh, it's always my pleasure, specifically when we're talking about education and all the great things that can happen in our community. But let's first visit about Citizens for Educational Excellence.
All right.
It began as a catalyst of change. It began with a group of large people working together. So how has it changed, or has it changed?
Well, in 2003, there was a great concern about the dropout rate in Corpus Christi. And so at that time, people came together to look at the numbers and the students who were dropping out to try to figure out ways that we could improve that. And over the years, that rate has improved. And very happy to say that in Corpus Christi, our rate has improved, but Texas-wide, we have improved, and we're at the highest rates in time. So we're very pleased that we've been able to make Corpus Christi a better place to live with better educated citizens. But there's so much more to do. We know that we still have students who are dropping out, and we've got to change that.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I think about 2 or 3 years ago, you know, unfortunately our city had not the distinct honor of having the highest illiteracy rate.
Yes.
And has that changed, and is SEED involved in that?
Well, we are certainly involved in that, but we are still looking at a quarter of our citizens still needing more education. We have about 20% without a high school diploma, so we've got to change that, and that's talking about all of our citizens. When we look at the jobs coming to this area, we know that 2/3 of our jobs almost are going to require something beyond high school, some type of post-secondary education, whether it's a credential, a certificate, a 2-year degree, or a bachelor's degree. So we've got to really work in that area, because with these jobs that we have coming, we know that we're either going to have to supply the workers here in our community, or they're going to be brought in from somewhere else, and that's a big concern for our community.
It certainly is, but I know that Citizens for Educational Excellence is definitely working on it. Tell me a little bit about the board itself. What does it do? How does it come up with, you know, here's what we're going to do, here's how we're going to do it?
Well, as you mentioned, the mission of C is to be a catalyst for change. We bring people, information, and resources together to improve education in our community. We have a wonderful, diverse board. We have business people, community leaders, public education leaders, higher education leaders, and they all come together with different perspectives. So they know what's happening in the community, and they work to address those concerns. And we have a number of projects that are addressing issues such as the graduation rate, increasing post-secondary education rates, and making sure that all of our citizens have a great quality of life.
Well, you know, you heard me mention that it was E to the E cubed to C.
Right.
So that coordination effort, and is that why your board is comprised not only of educators, because educators tend to talk about education, business people tend to talk about education, and the community is always talking about education, but we tend to be talking in 3 different languages sometimes. Educators is, here's what's going on. Business, it's enough is not happening, and the community is, we're not really sure what's going on. But now this group comes together and they coordinate?
Absolutely. When you have so many people from different backgrounds coming together, you have a greater chance of solving those problems because each one is coming with a unique set of strengths. We know what we can do in this area, and when you put all of those strengths together, you have a very powerful board, and we certainly do with Citizens for Educational Excellence.
Well, now that we've talked about the board itself, tell me about some of the, it's been now 2003, we're 2014, 11 years later. What kinds of things, projects, events has SEED been involved in, and how has it been a catalyst of change?
We've held a number of forums. We've held some conferences, professional development for educators, but it's really bringing the entire community together. We have 18 board members, but we know that 18 board members cannot solve the problems of the entire community. It depends on bringing people together, which is what C does. We bring together people, information, and resources to discuss the problems and address those problems and find solutions. So when we put all these people together in a room, great things happen. In fact, the first early college high school here in Corpus Christi was started as a result of those conversations. So the partnerships between Corpus Christi ISD and Del Mar College were started as a result of the conversations about the dropout rate and how we can engage students in schools.
Okay, that's the kind of thing I'd like for us to visit about the next 2 or 3 minutes. So basically the early college that we now hear about, that we know is at Del Mar College, that was a direct part of SEED. Okay, what other projects have come to be?
Well, C is in partnership with the Education to Employment Partners Regional P16 Council. There was a time when the state said that all areas would have P16 councils. It originally started with the Texas A&M Corpus Christi, and at that time, there was a feeling, no, this needs to be a regional effort. So C took on the fiscal agent role for Education to Employment Partners. And through this, we support what the P16 Council does, and it works for the entire region, over 42 school districts in 11 counties of the Coastal Bend. And not just working with school districts, but working with business and industry leaders, working with the community, working with parents and students to ensure that students have that quality education.
Well, I know you host something that happens in the spring. People just love it. Buses come and it's held. Tell us about that.
Well, we have the iDiscovery Safari. We look at 6 high-demand career areas. So we start with the jobs that are coming to the Coastal Bend because we want to engage students in those careers. We do that through hands-on activities and demonstrations, and we get the kids and the parents excited about those careers, and then we show them the education pathways to those careers. We have lots and lots of wonderful exhibitors and demonstrations and so many great things going on, and we've had about 1,500 people this past year, so we want to have even more this year. It will be February 28th. It's on a Saturday, and it's just a fun day for everybody, but at the end of the day, it's getting those kids excited about education. And
well, I want to focus a little bit on that, and it's usually held at the Richard Borchard Fairgrounds. Is that correct? Yes. All right. Now, you've got about 1,500 students, parents that come through. You have exhibitors, but about how many exhibitors do you have?
We will have close to 100 exhibitors.
Okay. And those are comprised of?
Oh gosh, we have businesses who come, we have nonprofit organizations, schools, universities showing the education pathways. but really lots of a variety of so many different agencies coming together to showcase careers.
The reason I asked you that, because I really wanted to focus on the fact that it truly is a coordinated, a partnership effort where everybody's engaged in the education aspect,
Absolutely.
which is exactly what Citizens for Educational Excellence stands for.
Yes.
Well, let's talk about one other aspect that has evolved.
All right.
And that is what's found in La Palmera Mall.
Yes,
okay,
it is.
that place that people walk in to shop, but now they can shop in one shop for jobs, scholarships, GED, ESL. Tell me about that.
All right. Well, I'm so glad that we're talking about Coastal Compass Education and Career Resource Center in La Palmera Mall, because this really is our pride and joy. But it's not just a C project. It is a partnership organization. We have different partners, including Coastal Bend College. Think about the power of all these partners. Coastal Bend College, Corpus Christi ISD, Corpus Christi Literacy Council, Craft Training Center, Del Mar College, Education to Employment Partners, Texas A&M University Corpus Christi, Texas A&M Kingsville, and Workforce Solutions of the Coastal Bend, all under one roof.
I mean, you've only just begun with those partnerships, right?
We started in May of 2013, and Steve will tell you some of the numbers, but overall we've served over 2,700 people with free information. We don't charge anything for our services. We help anyone who walks through the door, and they may need information about education, and that could be something it could be adult literacy, ESL programs, GED, all the way up to associate, bachelor, doctorate degrees. And so they get that education information all under one roof. But in addition to that, we connect that with the jobs coming to this area. So if someone comes in and says, I just don't know what I want to do, we talk to them about the high demand jobs. We offer them information about those jobs, about filling out job applications, getting on work in Texas, working up a resume, practicing interview skills. So it's all under one roof, education and career development.
And it's for anyone.
It's for anyone who walks in the door.
And it's free.
And it's free.
And it's been in operation for how many months now?
About 15 months.
15 months.
Well, Steve, I know you're there day in and day out, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me, what's your role there?
My role is I'm the intake specialist there at the center. Basically, I make sure the center is run from day-to-day activities, make sure that the counselors are there. When somebody walks through the door, I immediately find out what their needs are, education-wise, career-wise. I sit down with them one-on-one, find out what kind of careers they're looking for, what kind of school they're trying to attend. We help them fill out college and university applications, financial aid applications, work, like I said, job applications, resume writing, and job interviewing skills. Basically, if they need GED as well, we'll sit down with them and get them applied to the GED program. Anything and everything having to do with education and career, we sit down with them one-on-one. We don't leave them by themselves. We sit down with them one-on-one, make sure that they're personally taken care of. And the unique aspect is that we have different counselors from our different partners. So if an individual comes in and is looking to enroll in a specific college or university, our college and university counselors will enroll them in that college and university despite where they're coming from. It doesn't have to be their university. It can be in any other university. But the good thing is that we do serve the community, and I met so many people these last 15 months. And I've had many people come up to me and say, thank you, Steve, because there's no other place, there would be no other direction I could go to, but here at Coastal Compass you actually show me that, you know, we can accomplish things through education and career.
And Steve, let's talk about that. Now, at the mall, and some people would say, why on earth the mall, okay? Why is it that people feel comfortable walking in there?
I believe because everybody goes to the mall. I guess La Palmera Mall is like the center of our economic activity here in Corpus Christi. So we have families coming by, they'll look at our center and say, I wonder what this is, they're curious. They'll come on in, and the first thing they ask is, what do y'all do? You know, what services do you offer? And we let them know that we offer education and career services that are free. And as soon as they hear the word free, then they're interested. They'll come in and they'll sit down, they're like, wow, you know what, I had no idea that they all were located here. But it's great because you're there at the mall. I mean, many families go there to shop, But a lot of times you can go into the center too and take care of, your career aspirations, your education aspirations, and we make that come true for a lot of people.
And you have counselors there?
Yes, ma'am. We have counselors there from A&M, Corpus Christi, A&M Kingsville, Del Mar College, Coastal Bend College, Workforce Solutions of the Coastal Bend, the youth program is there, and also Craft Training Center. So the great thing is many of our E2E partners have counselors there, and they're all there. They're there during the week, and they sit down with everybody that comes to the door and helps them with education and career aspirations.
Could it also be that sometimes when you walk into a college or a university, just driving onto that campus and saying, where do I go?
Exactly.
And then you go from one building to another building, or from one office to another office. Here you go into one office or one center here, and it's a lot less intimidating, I would say, it seems, to families, because I've had many parents come in saying, I've gone to different universities, colleges, I just feel overwhelmed because it's just everything's so big, I have no idea where to go for financial aid, for applications, for housing, for everything. So, and here y'all take care of everything in one spot. So it's like a one-stop shop basically, and we do help the community with that, which is a really great, really unique aspect of Coastal Compass. Well, tell us exactly where it's located in case someone says, I've been to La Palmera Mall, I've not found it. Is it next to a store? Is it an appendage? Where
I'm glad you asked that. We're located right next to Longhorn Steakhouse. It's we're on the outside of at the SPID entrance next to Longhorn Steakhouse. We're not exactly inside the mall, but they're at the entrance of the mall. So as you're coming in, you'll see Longhorn Steakhouse right across, and we're right across from Longhorn Steakhouse, right at the entrance on the SPID side of La Palmera Mall. And
I believe there's also a big sign that says to people as they're driving.
Yes, it's a big Del Mar sign, and it's the side of our building. It's a big billboard, so you can't miss it. It says Coastal Compass. It's a big Del Mar sign right there. So that's definitely the place to go.
What are the operational hours?
Operational hours are open Tuesday through Saturday from 10:30 to 6 every week, and so anytime, and we're closed Sundays and Mondays. So anytime you want to come in, it's like I said, it's 10:30 to 6 Tuesday through Saturday. And
basically, at this point, these were our starting hours that you have.
Yes,
so they could change depending on community demand.
Yes, exactly,
exactly. Right, very good. How is it funded, Dr. Cunningham?
We have been very fortunate. Our board has been very supportive of Coastal Compass. In addition to donations, we have received a number of grants, including just recently a grant from the Coastal Bend Community Foundation. We've also been supported by the Kennedy Foundation, Ed Rochelle Foundation, Scripps Howard, the James Doherty Foundation, and then some businesses here in town as well, HEB, Wells Fargo, and we have the Hands for Hillcrest grant that provides outreach in the Hillcrest community. So they're very supportive community for Coastal Compass.
Well, I know because you've been sharing with me before the show began that within the last, 30 days, I think American Bank came through for you?
American Bank came through. And then we also have support from our organizations, our partnering organizations. The setup our Coastal Compass was really started on a shoestring budget. The partners came together and provided support through furniture and equipment and staffing. So all of those things are put in place by the different partners, and then we've been so fortunate to receive the support of La Palmera Mall to be able to have the center there. We have Workforce Solutions paying some of the bills for the center. Everyone truly coming together to make this a community organization that benefits everyone.
And that's what I was going to ask you. Why do you believe that people are coming forth and saying, I'm willing to support this center, I'm willing to make an investment in our future?
Because it really is an investment for the future, not only for the individual who comes in to see Steve that says, I don't have a high school diploma, I don't know where to turn, and he gives them 3 different options to get those high school credentials. And when they do, it changes that person's life. But it also helps our business people who need educated and skilled workers. They're desperate for those workers, and if we can channel people into those different jobs, that's what will make our community stronger. So when people see that vision and they understand, it starts with one person at a time. That person who comes in to get that help benefits our entire community, and I think that's why we're seeing the support for Coastal Compass.
Well, it's wonderful to hear. Well, let's talk a little bit about, okay, so now it's at La Palomera Mall, people can go, but what about our outlying areas? What about those people that say, you know, I wish I could, they're listening. I said, I wish I could go to La Palomera and just sit and talk to that young man that I'm seeing on television. Is there anything out there that's going to be able to outreach to our communities?
Absolutely. We are on top of the world because we have just received word that the Charity League will be providing a grant for Coastal Compass to create a Coastal Compass on wheels to serve the rural areas of the Coastal Bend. So we'll be able to go out into those areas in this mobile unit and provide the services that we provide in Coastal Compass right now. And this is just a very exciting announcement. We're just so thrilled because more people will be able to be assisted. We know that we're helping the people in Corpus Christi, and we do have people from surrounding areas come to Coastal Compass, but we know there's so many people in the rural areas who do not know about Coastal Compass or don't have the means to get there, but they need that help in their community, and we're going to be able to provide that for them.
Well, Steve, tell me a little bit about that. How's that going to work?
I believe that's great. I know that we've had many clients that come through that door, and they have family that live in rural areas, outlying areas, and they just can't make it into Coastal Compass. But I think it's going to create a significant impact in our community, going out and basically taking Coastal Compass on the road on wheels, going out there and helping our clients apply for jobs, apply for the GED, apply for college, universities, anything with career and employment. To education, we can definitely help them out with that. I'm so excited about this new project that's coming in and going out and meeting new people and helping new people. And I think, like I said, it's going to make a big, significant impact in our community. So we're looking forward to that.
So when we talk about going out, where are we looking at going out?
We're looking through the surrounding Coastal Bend areas, basically the Region 2 area. So anywhere outside the outlying areas of Corpus Christi, going down toward, like I said, Kingsville, Robstown, San Diego, over to South Furious, right, Three Rivers, so, and even up to George West too. So basically just everywhere that the Region 2 is, we're gonna find everybody that needs help and basically go out there and help them.
All right, so it'll be Coastal Compass on wheels.
Yes, exactly.
All right, now people are listening, go, oh, I can't wait, but we will have to wait, right?
Yes, we will.
Okay, so it'll probably won't occur until?
Probably the spring. We will have to purchase the mobile unit and get it fixed up and ready to roll, but we are excited about that and excited about helping people in our community.
Well, good. Basically, we have some minutes left, but I want to visit with you about what do we have coming up within the next, say, 60 days that our community needs to know, where they can attend and they can say, oh, I want to be part of this.
Okay, well, we have the Ready for College and Career Conference. This is our Grad Nation Summit. Corpus Christi has been asked to be one of 100 cities in the nation to host a Grad Nation Summit, and we're so thrilled. Our message is going to be all students must graduate and pursue post-secondary education for the jobs that we have here. So it's really taken on that workforce focus. Mayor Martinez will start the day off with a welcome and a call to action, and then we will have presentations by 2 Texas Workforce Commissioners. We will have our Texas Workforce Chief Economist give us some ideas about what's going on in our community and our Coastal Bend region as far as jobs. And then we will also have Dr. Rebecca Cohen from the Justice Center talking about getting all students through the pipeline. It's October 14th from 8 to 4 at the American Bank Center, and it's free. And we want all of our community members to come.
And people can attend then and go in and listen and see what's going on.
Absolutely.
All right, so that's in October. What else?
We have in November the Ready for College and Career Conference for seniors.
All right.
And that, yes, and that'll be that'll be at the American Bank Center as well, and that'll be on Thursday, November 13th. And basically, it's a conference for all our high school seniors in the surrounding area to come in. We'll have we'll talk about the importance of going to college or attending some post-secondary school. And it's going to be a long day conference from 8 in the morning to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And basically we're going to have high school seniors from different schools from the Corpus Christi area and the surrounding areas coming in. And basically they'll be able to attend workshops in the afternoon and learn more about the careers coming into Corpus Christi, how to apply for college, how to apply for financial aid, how to use social media too. So it's going to be great. We have different workshops for them as well.
Well, listen, we could continue and visit about this.
Yes.
I know there'll also be some articles published in some
Absolutely.
magazines that are forthcoming. So I thank you both very much.
Thank you.
And let's continue to move forward, educating and finding employment for our citizens.
Okay.
Thank you
Thank
again.
you.
Well, hope you've enjoyed learning about what a group of citizens can do, Citizens for Educational Excellence, and the projects that can come forth. This has been Education #1 Priority, and I'm Dr. Mary Jane Garza.